Hello folks, the Y Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful summer afternoon. Hey, the name of this video is called The Y Guy Describes What is Persuasive, Believable, Credible, and Truthful. You know, in my opinion, to be persuasive, one must be believable. And to be believable, one should be credible, right? And to be credible, one must be truthful. I don't think I'm stretching this. You know, I'm obviously going to touch lightly on those four words, and I'm asking you as my viewer to remember them: persuasive, believable, credible, and truthful. And I'm going to use them in a specific context. And this is the context. You know, for centuries, Christianity has tried to be persuasive. You know, and in doing this, and on this count, they've been perceived as successful. Okay? They just have. But here's the problem. A person holding a gun to your head can be considered persuasive, right? Let me explain that, okay? And on all those centuries of persuasion, and in most of that time, Christianity has held a hell gun to the heads of people by capitalizing on their fears. And this is what I mean by being persuasive. They've used that hell gun as a means of persuasion, obviously. Okay, you're understanding that, right? Okay, I've covered lightly persuasion. How about being believable? You know, Christendom has made it sound so believable, you know, and they used that hell gun as a tool, of course, by exploiting a natural fear of the unknown. Okay, think about that. And if you look up in the Koine Greek, I always say Koine Greek, I always pronounce it wrong, but anyway, in the Koine Greek, if you look up the words "the unseen," which is used an awful lot in the Greek New Testament, and in place of the Latin version of hell, the unseen is used an awful lot. If you look that up, you'll get that word unknown or clandestine, and it gives you quite a few other words, but unknown best describes the unseen in the Koine Greek. Okay? And this is what I'm talking about, believable, because fear and ignorance is the root that makes hell so believable. Did you catch that? And but what about, now I'm going to move on to credibility. Like I said, I'm just going to lightly touch on this, but what about credibility? Christendom bases hell's credibility on it simply being in the Bible. Seriously. So one has to ask, which Bible? Okay? You know, there are Bibles that have neither hell nor Hades within its pages. Neither one. And those that do, not one of them agree with how many times either hell or Hades should be mentioned within its pages. Okay? Now we're talking about credibility here, folks. If a person is basing hell's credibility on the Bible, then this fact that I just pointed out should blow the credibility of hell to hell. You know, pun intended, of course. Not only that, but in all Bibles, no matter which version one chooses, hell was never mentioned as ever being created. That should mean something. Now here's my final point, okay? To be credible, one must be truthful, all right? Now the doctrine of hell or Hades is a blatant lie. So how can it be truthful if it's a lie, if it's the opposite of truth? It was perpetrated, both words were perpetrated and invented by the ancient ruling class of their day. Why? To control and terrorize people, into behaving and paying homage to those, now get this is so ironic, to pay homage actually to those man, this is almost hard for me to not say it, who are responsible for terrorizing them. Did you get that? To control and terrorize people into behaving and paying homage to those that are actually doing the terrorizing. That's almost stupid. But yet, we as people, we fall for those kind of things. You know, those who actually did the terrorizing acts, you know, those acts were despicable and disgraceful. Yet Christendom embraces it. Embraces what they did in history, and they claim it's truthful. The truthful message of Christianity that claims that God loves everyone. That is the truthful message, no doubt. But while holding a gun, a hell gun, to the heads of the ignorant. Of those who don't know that God loves them. Are you seeing a problem here? It's counterproductive. It's despicable, it's disgraceful, it's manipulative, it's deceitful, it's a lie, and it's not love, folks. And in closing this video, as a previous 30-year veteran, a 30-year hell-believing veteran and praise leader, now you can understand, you as a viewer can understand, why I now have to question both the credibility and truthfulness of modern Christianity. Well, I hope this video made sense, and it might make you think just a little bit. If you're going to leave a comment on this YouTube channel, you know, you're welcome to leave a comment in disagreement. But if you start the name-calling crap, I'll delete your comment. You have to comment with substance, all right? Not with slander. And give me a thumbs up if you happen to agree. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. That's okay. And consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can look me up on Facebook under a group called the Why Guy Group. I asked 3 questions for you to join that group. And I have that's a private group. I have an open public timeline under the avatar name of John Anthony Jones. You can look me up there too. So, thank you for viewing.